Alright guys, next on the list tonight is C.R. Parsons.
Yeah! How you guys doing? Woo! I don't need no stinking microphone. I tell you what, I absolutely hate having allergies. Because anytime my allergies are acting up, I always sound a little bit like I did too much blow. And everybody I meet has to tell me about their home remedy for my allergies. My mother always says, drink 8 ounces of juice every 30 minutes and it'll flush whatever's wrong right out of you. My granddad, on the other hand, he says, a teaspoon of honey and a shot of Jack Daniels will cure what ails you. So I combine the two. I drink 8 ounces of Jack Daniels every 30 minutes until I just don't give a damn. I used to drink scotch, but I had to quit drinking the scotch because my liver thought it was Scottish. I heard it saying to the rest of my organs, aye, we're filtering as fast as we can. I was in a bar the other night and they had the drinks named after famous people. You know, they had the Lindsay Lohan and that kind of thing. Well, one of the drinks was the Osama bin Laden. It was 2 shots and a splash of ocean water. And I got to thinking, what kind of other political figures could you name drinks after? You know, you can have the Bill Clinton, the body shot off the ugliest intern in the room. Or my personal favorite, the Dick Cheney. It's a shot, but you don't actually drink it. You throw it in somebody's face and make them apologize. and I was watching the news, you know, when the whole Casey Anthony trial thing was going on. I was watching the news and I got to thinking, you know, I could probably name one after Nancy Grace. It's a whiskey sour with a bitter back.
Ow!
But the whole Casey Anthony thing just threw me for a loop, you know. She's now free. I mean, she's out. She's roaming around like the rest of us. But she has lots of bills to pay. I understand she's been sued for close to $1 million or something. So I was thinking, she's got a famous name. She could put her name on some products. You know, like Casey Anthony brand chloroform. Or Casey Anthony brand duct tape with the little hearts. Or my personal favorite, the Casey Anthony corsage. It's just like a regular corsage, only without that little sprig of baby's breath. I know, that was sick, isn't it?
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
I've decided that everybody has ADD anymore. You know, everybody I know seems to be on Ritalin or something like that these days. And I personally blame technology. You know, when I was a kid, they used to tell us that our attention span was 7.5 minutes because that was the length of time that a TV show was on between commercials. Nowadays, I think it's down to about 130 characters. OMG, I gotta go GTL is now considered a freaking sentence. And, where was I going with that? I don't remember where I was going with that. Oh, yeah, I often wonder, you know, how far back that kind of thing goes. You know, my parents blamed MTV for our attention span. I'm sure their parents blamed TV for their attention span. Can you imagine back in the day when somebody was going, oh, look at those kids painting on the cave walls. Whatever was wrong with pantomime? Or even further back, oh, look at you, so evolved, walking up on 2 feet. But, you know, I hate bumper stickers for the exact same reason that I hate Twitter. All of those, you know, 130 character things. Because there are some things, some ideas, that need more than 130 characters to express. The other day I pulled up behind a car. Bumper sticker said, try Jesus. I don't think I thought what they wanted me to think, because the only thing I could think of was, try Jesus. Tastes like chicken. Goes great with red wine. Or today I pulled up behind one that said, eat vegan. I'm thinking, 100% grass-fed. Wait a second. Eating vegan, wouldn't that be anathema to a vegan to eat a vegan? I mean, that's why I don't date vegans. I'll give you a second on that one. They don't put meat in their mouth. But you know, I grew up here in Oklahoma, and it's tough being a guy growing up in Oklahoma or anywhere in the Midwest when you're more interested in music and theater and art than you are in sports. Everybody assumes that you're gay. The other day, I had a guy, a shoe salesman, hit on me while I was buying shoes. Now, I wasn't rude to the gentleman. I told him I was not interested and asked if he had that in a higher heel. No, I'm not gay. I'm a freaking huge geek. I'm a geek from way back in the day. You know, I dreamed of one day having a real lightsaber. But as I got older, I realized that that is not exactly the best use of that technology. I'm thinking nowadays, you know, more of a light chainsaw or a light backhoe. Hell, I'd settle for a light pocket knife. And based on my experience with nunchucks, if I had a real lightsaber, I guarantee the outcome would be self-dismemberment. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I actually read the newspaper, not Google News, not Yahoo headlines, the actual, you know, print on your fingers newspaper, because you learn all kinds of interesting things from reading the real newspaper. You get more of the story. The other day I was reading that Miss USA considers herself a history geek. She absolutely loves history books. She says anytime she sees a history book that she hasn't seen before, she just has to buy it. Does she know she actually has to read them too? I mean, you don't just collect them like you collect shoes. And another story I read that I thought was interesting was I read that Donald Duck had been arrested in a child's playground in Ohio. Yeah, sure enough, 56-year-old Donald Duck was arrested for drug possession on a kid's playground. Luckily, I read down into the story, and it appears that this Donald Duck was wearing pants. And they probably won't have any trouble convicting him because after just a little bit of questioning, he quacked. I know, that's a horrible punchline. Horrible punchline. But, you know, I was reading the New York Times, or not the New York Times, the LA Times. I was reading the LA Times and I saw an ad for a place called Condoms to Go. What in the world are they doing out in California that they have to tell them that the condoms are to go? Were people walking up to the register going, no, I'd like these for here, and can I have a king-size bed to go with that? And I was also reading that apparently in Massachusetts, somebody was trying to pass a law that said that if you lied to somebody to get them to have sex with you, you could be charged with rape by fraud. Rape by fraud. I'm sorry, I'm a guy. That is our one tool, is lying. And what's bad is I can see who wrote this. It was probably some congresswoman who was at home one night, really pissed off about the guy she was dating, taking off her fake eyeliner, checking her boob scars to make sure they were still good, taking off her wig. I mean, it's lying, whether it's us or them. Now, I am a married gentleman. I've got 2 boys. Well, actually, they're stepsons. They're my wife's kids from a previous marriage, which is nice. It gives me plausible deniability. It comes in handy when you're at the ball field and somebody says, whose kid's that peeing in left field? You can go, I don't know. But 2 boys, thank goodness we had 2 boys. Because you know the saying, when you have boys, you have 1 penis to keep up with. When you have girls, you have to keep up with all of them. 2 boys, 2 penises. Apparently we lost track of one, because I'm now a grandfather. Woo! My grandkid's cute. He's 2 years old now, and that's a cute age. I mean, you know, he stumbles around the house, you know, pees in his pants, talks gibberish, but now when I come home drunk, I'm not the only one. That's my time for tonight. Thank you, folks.